Yeah, I'm working on a deal. The owner wants this isn't a manufacturing company in Quebec. The owner wants 1.8 million. It has about 3.2 million in revenue, 400K in EBITDA. Now the problem is that the company needs to move next May. They're not allowed to operate it in that operation in that location anymore, and they need to invest about 500K in new equipment, right? So that the total they're allocating about $1 million in there, right? If you look at the numbers and you add the $1 million in expenses, right, for the move plus all the risk of the moving, you have to stop production while you move the equipment. You might lose some clients. I mean, the company will be worth like $300,000, right? So I mean, he's never going to sell it for that amount of money. So I was wondering, well, I mean, I could, take it afterwards, after the movie is done. How would he finance that
So
stuff?
let's talk about the business, the numbers again. You said 400,000 in EBITDA. How much he
Yeah,
wants for the business?
he wants 1.8.
1.8. And what kind of assets you have? And you said another 1 million to basically have a new place with
Yes,
new tools. Or so
yes.
tell me more about those numbers. You need 1 million. How much you need?
He wants 1.8 plus I mean, he's not putting in the numbers when you look at the financial statements. He's not putting the 1 million in there, so he's not provisioning it for 1 million. So
Yeah.
I think he's expecting the new owner to invest, right? But I mean, that's another $1 million there, right? So it's
What is it? What is the new thing that you're buying? It's a new what
it's a
facility, or
company
what
that,
exactly you're buying?
yeah, well, I mean, the company treats surfaces, metal surfaces, with paint and sandblasting and all that kind of stuff. So it's very specialized. They have about 400 clients, CN Rail. There's a whole bunch of big clients, right? That they bring structures or stuff to be treated with sandblasting and paint. So it's a manufacturing thing, right? So it's fairly big. They have conveyors, they have
So
furnaces, they have,
why they're moving?
because they are in a zone that change. Now there's houses around it, so they have to stop at 5 o'clock, and they're not renewing the lease for the
Okay.
property.
So why you need 1 million?
Well, he's putting in. He said in the brochure that for the sale of the company that he needs about 500,000 to move, 500,000 to move. You have furnaces, you have big pieces of equipment, right? That you have to move to another location, and then some of the stuff is old, right? So he needs to buy new equipment.
Yeah. So 500,000, and you're gonna list that new place, or is including
He's
that
gonna
place?
lease a new place.
So it's a
Yes,
lease of a new place. Okay.
right.
So you're saying 500,000 to move, then he wants 1.8 million just for the business.
500 move plus 500 to new equipment, right? Because not all the new equipment,
So
not
it's
all the
move
old
plus
equipment.
equipment. Yeah. What other assets you have on the business? Can you leverage other assets?
Very little. He has he has some cash, like
Did you talk to
$400,000.
a bank? Did you talk to a bank? Like how much
I'm
money can you
talking to
raise
the bank
against?
on Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay, so I would start with that, figuring out how much can you raise, right, for the business, and then just make decisions. And I would find out, like, first of all, based on what he's giving you that number for 500,000, right? Like, I would just dive in and really understand where you can with those numbers, right? 500,000, because it can be as simple as you picking up the phone and getting like different offers and finding out
Right.
that it's only, I don't know, like I never moved a manufacturer, I don't know, equipment. I don't know how much it should cost, but 500,000 doesn't sound cheap,
Yeah,
right? I don't know what you're moving
I
there.
wouldn't want to move. I wouldn't want to take ownership of the factory until it moves, right? And it's steady, right? Because if otherwise you have a lot of risk.
Yeah, so I would start there. Yeah, when he's supposed to move?
Next year, May 31st.
Oh, so in a year from now. Oh,
In a
okay,
year
I
from
see.
now, yeah.
I see. I see. I see. Yeah, so I would wait or just start with some kind of an option, or kind of like de-risk it. Like, see if you can get yourself into the equity without maybe, maybe just start with a sale finance and say, look, I'm taking a lot of risk here to even think about coming in with you. I still want to work with the business. Here's what I can bring to the table. Here's the value that I want to add. It sounds like you want to leave as soon as possible. So it's almost like you can list the business from him in the meantime. So you can tell him, look, I'll work in the business. I'll pay you X amount of dollars each month, and I'll buy my equity over time. And then if and when the move happens to be right, and everything is going to work fine, then you can have an option to buy him at that point, at the specific agreed on amount.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, it's all about diving in and really figuring out how much you can raise, figuring out exactly what he wants, and see, like, and it really depends on you if you want to get yourself into the business as soon as possible, or you want to wait, or really what you want to do, right?
Yeah, I think I want to wait because he's not in a hurry. I mean, he wants to take he wants to retire in 2 to 3 years, right? So it could be just a partial. He's willing to do a partial purchase, right? And over time.
Yeah. That might be a good way to explore it. But yeah, I think it's also a good idea to wait. It's like you said, it is
Risky.
It does sound risky a bit, and it does sound just something that, I don't know, sounds expensive, especially if yeah, I don't like the 500. I don't like paying $500,000 for
moving. Yeah.
for moving. Yeah.